should
No,
be, but
it says we're live.
it says we're
So,
live, but it's when I click in, it says waiting. We're still waiting for you.
ah, okay. Bear with me,
We're here now.
guys. If it is
Yeah,
live,
it's live. It is live.
what is it still saying?
It's live now.
Okay, so it's come on yours.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Hi, guys. No techie here. Just trying a thing.
yes.
So thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us. Um,
So
bear
I guess
with
just
me.
turn the volume down on your phone.
Yes,
Yeah,
is that better?
yes,
The past
absolutely.
couple of times when it signed in, I was getting an echo. So I was like, where do I need to press mute or whatever?
I
But we're
know
here.
all these technical things, right?
Yes, not my forte. Welcome, Yvonne. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
choosing to engage in some spirit-led conversation.
Mm. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for actually inviting me. It's nice. It's nice to be able to do this with you, Sia. So, yes, looking
Yeah.
forward to the hour ahead and what unfolds.
Yes, truly. See
Yeah.
what unfolds is right.
Mm.
Um, right. So if you can just let the audience know where they can find you, where they can engage with you in terms of social media, website, any and all of that. If we do that at the
Okay.
beginning, because I'm terrible at remembering at the end. So,
Okay. Sure. Um. Okay. So just a little bit about me is I hail by the name of the Starseed Alchemist. I'm also a shamanic practitioner and a counselor, a sacred celebrant, high priestess, author, all of that stuff. And you can find me on Google, YvonneJDouglas.com, or you can just look for the Starseed Alchemist and you'll find me via Google, and you can get to my LinkedIn, you can get to my Instagram. I'm not on Facebook, but I have a website which is www.yvonneJdouglas.com.
thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. And lest I forget, my site is www.seahwraye, SEAHWRAYE.com. Actually, I have some offers up currently for the gifting season. And literally, as soon as you go onto the site, you should see the list of offers, which have promo codes. So promo codes which you enter at check-in in order to benefit from the discounts being offered. So check it out if and when you're so inspired. You
Mm.
know,
I would,
gifting alternative, gifts with a difference.
yeah, definitely. I would highly recommend you check out those gifts of Sia because um, I've been in her company as she has in her capacity as a shamanic practitioner, and she just holds that space. She knows what she's doing. She's connected to spirit, and yeah, she's just got such a beautiful, beautiful energy. And so I would highly recommend that you take advantage of those special gifts that she's offering over the season. Treat yourself to something different. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Vaughn. I wasn't expecting that at all. You nearly make me start ball. My tears flow very easy in
Yes,
your eyes.
likewise. Like fellow empaths, right?
Yes. Thank
Mm.
you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's absolutely true. Absolutely true. It's so nice to be in a space with you today. I was just I mean, what are your specialities in terms of what you offer clients? What do you do?
Well, pretty much, no, I was going to say the full spectrum, but I divine messages, readings,
Mm-hmm.
um, healing,
Mm,
facilitating healing. So
mm,
connecting with clients in order to activate the healing in them, um, helping them to heal themselves, really.
right. Yes.
Um, so yes, a lot of it is, well, usually we start with a divination, whether that is in a full length reading or divination in the form of an initial consultation, which also includes throwing the bones, which is the main method that I use
Mm,
for divination.
right.
Um, and in the consultation, it would usually show up. We will usually get directions as to whether or not supported healing is required, because sometimes it is that individuals need to do certain things for themselves, and sometimes it's that they need to do certain things for themselves um, before receiving
Mm,
assistance,
right.
or
Right.
supported healing.
Yes.
I find that I work I work a lot with other healers, um, in the form of artists, carers, um, other practitioners as well, because we
Mhm.
all need the support of each other
Absolutely.
in various forms. It's like you're a carpenter, I am a mason, you
Mm,
know.
yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
parts of the clock.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
So, and I also do meditation, deep guided meditation sessions,
mhm.
shamanic journeying workshops, ancestral veneration workshops, whole spaces for groups. I've been invited by organizers to hold workshop space, and by artists to also hold workshop space. So, yeah,
Mm, mhm. Excellent. So you're
as
doing
and
quite
when required.
as and when required. So quite a lot actually, isn't it? Quite a lot.
Yeah, as is life, as is the yes, the life, it's
Yeah.
the work.
It is the work, isn't it? It is the work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, when did you get your calling?
Huh. That question, that £1 million question. When did I get my calling? I can only ever speak of just always having a sense of that other place for as long
Mm,
as I've known myself.
mm,
Meaning since being a child.
mm,
Um, yeah, I've always felt like I'm kind of in between these two worlds, and this one most of the time hasn't really made much sense to me. I've felt often like an observer.
mm,
Um, but I suppose um, maybe when, if I have to choose a point of deepening, it was, how long ago was that? 2004, 2014, I don't know, maybe about 18 years ago, when
mm,
I was going through a very personally challenging time. And I had to just fall into myself, you know, very deeply. And I suppose the connection that I felt, the things, the insights that came, and the sense of greater security that I felt, that I received from within myself,
Hmm.
I suppose. Um, it just inspired me not only to go deeper, but it started bringing deeper learnings, deeper insights. Um, Teachers started arriving, I suppose, just
Yeah.
organically.
Mm,
Um, and so and so it went,
yes.
you know,
Yeah. They do say in it, when the student is ready, the teacher will
arrive.
arrive. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but
Mm,
what I've also realized is that all of my life has been a training, a
yes.
learning, grow,
Ah,
preparation
yes,
for
definitely.
what I do, for all of this.
Mm,
And continues. In my experience, it doesn't stop, and the initiations don't stop. Is one after the next,
yeah.
one after the next. That onion, the layers of the onion peeling
Mm,
off, having
mm,
to surrender
mm,
more when when in the beginning I made the mistake of thinking, okay, I'm all right now. Yes, man, this must be it. And then, oh no, it's another rumbling
yeah.
and
Absolutely.
cracking and
Yeah.
yeah,
The next layer,
opening.
the next shift, right?
Yes.
That word surrender, I love that word actually, because I feel like it's a really powerful word, and not many of us know how to surrender and don't
Phew.
trust the act of surrendering. But when you do, it's really powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's scary. It is scary, so scary. Um, and for somebody who has mostly been afraid of heights, surrendering is like free falling, you
Yeah,
know? It's
yeah,
like, oh gosh, all right, I have to jump again.
yeah.
But every time I jump, a net appears or nets
Absolutely.
appear. And
Yeah,
then it helps me to trust a little more the next
absolutely.
time I have to surrender,
Yeah,
So I often hear surrender, myself saying surrender and saying, I know it's words, these are words, but it's not something easy, you know?
mm,
But the more we trust it, I find, then the more reason we get to trust it.
yeah.
So it
And then
encourages itself.
right, and then it becomes a bit easier to do it the next time, right, when it's necessary. Yeah. Do you know
Yeah.
what? I remember um I was in Jamaica some years back, I think it's 2014, and we went to Rick's Cafe, and the cliffs, and I wanted to jump, and I made such a drama of it. It was so funny. Everybody was there cheering me on. Come on, Yvonne, come. And I would go forward and then I'd be like, no. I just didn't trust and I was so scared. But I really wanted to jump. And then all of a sudden, I just said to myself, Yvonne, your guides have got you. Just jump. Oh, girl, when I jumped, it was so amazing. I wanted to do it again.
Yes.
So yeah, it's the trust. I just know that we are surrounded by guides, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Hmm.
Totally. I'm looking forward to making that jump.
Go for
Yeah.
it. Go
Yeah,
for it.
trust me. Yeah,
It
man. It's
was
something that come up for me
liberating.
and I'm like, yep, Rick's Cafe. So when I
Yes.
do it, I will be
Yeah.
letting you know.
I'll look forward to it. Make sure you
Yeah,
get
man.
someone to video it.
Yes, and the thing is with that as well is not just the height, but as a child, I came in here with a fear which nobody understood, a fear of water, a fear
Mhm.
of big bodies of water.
you know what? That is quite
So,
common. That's quite common with a lot of Black people, you know. I mean,
hmm,
I love the sea. Okay, I love
me
the
too.
sea. I can swim in the sea, but when I see like a boat, a little boat out in the ocean, I just think, oh, that for me feels a little bit. And I do believe that for a lot of us, it's an ancestral thing from when
Yeah,
we were slaves.
yeah, I agree. I agree. I know without a shadow of a doubt that, yeah, I've I've experienced being down there in a body, in a
Hmm.
physical body,
Yes,
and
yes,
that's why. And it was actually at age 9, and it's only now in this moment that I'm saying age 9 that I was like, no, I want to swim, and I'm no great swimmer now, but the fear is less because I love water. I love the beach. I love the sea. But yeah, at 9, I it's similar to that what you just said. It's like something just say, no, come now,
mm,
you can do
mm,
it.
mm,
You can do it. There's.
yes. It's I do. So do you feel like, because we, obviously in our work we do a lot of ancestral healing, and I do feel that the more of that I do, the more layers are healed, and then the fear of certain things actually starts to dissipate. Do you find that as well?
Yeah, totally. Oh, yes, totally. Again, the surrender had the having to go into these dark places within ourselves, meaning where
Mm,
the fears have almost lodged and
yes,
multi-generational
yeah,
fears
yeah.
dislodging and coming undone. And yeah, so it's like excavation. That's how I kind of see it,
Good word.
when we're doing ancestral healing.
Yeah,
um and I move to say, ancestral healing, it comes in various forms. And when we do it, not only healing us, it's healing our children, their children, it's healing those who have come and gone,
yes. It's
so
powerful.
it's very powerful. And the more of that the more debris that clears, the more space is created for our power, our true essence.
Yeah,
And when I say power, please understand, guys, that this is not power in terms of having authority or dominance over anyone
right,
or
right.
anything. It's embodying personal power, personal vitality, you
Yes,
know,
yes,
energy,
yes,
which
absolutely.
also comes with the responsibility of governing that,
Mm, mm.
you know.
Self-governing.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I encourage people to really just be courageous about going in and excavating the darkness within. Make peace, not with your shadow parts. Don't be scared of them, but get acquainted with your shadow
Yeah.
side.
Or be
And
afraid, but dare to. Be afraid,
yes,
yes, because we understand the fear,
yes, yes,
but allow yourself to open the door a little bit more each time and to feel
that's
the
it.
fear
Yeah,
and the pain and that
yeah.
um, heat and fire of refinement that comes with fear.
Mm, mm,
That, no, the pain, the hot tears, the heartache that come when we feel, you know,
yeah,
that's what I refer to as the fire of refinement,
yes,
because it hot,
yes,
it
man.
hurt.
But we do have to. I always say is we have to feel it to heal it,
Yeah,
and when we feel it, it's not as bad as the original experience. It's never as
yeah.
bad as the
I
original
love that. We have to
experience.
feel it to heal it. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, there's
Yes.
no bypassing, there's no going around.
No,
You can take
no,
as much Panadol or paracetamol as you want. Those not going to heal the
no,
headache. It's
no.
just going to tell you
Mask.
that your head not hurting you anymore.
Hmm.
This
For
is
now.
real
For now.
for now, right?
Hmm.
For now.
Yeah,
Hence,
yeah,
it's just treating it. But
exactly.
this, yeah, to really heal is to go in.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We go right to the wounds, right to the core, right to that energetic wound that's embedded in
Mm.
your psyche, in your body, and remove that. And I guess this is why I really like the shamanic work that we do, because it goes deep. It goes deep, right?
Totally. Yes.
Mm,
Yes. Go
mm.
deep or go home, I say.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what was I going to say? I was going to say, I don't relationships and like twin flame stuff, because we said we were going to touch on that, didn't we? Um, that twin flame
That,
stuff. Yeah.
you know,
That.
yeah. I saw that
So,
you had written something today, but I didn't read it. It's like when I saw it, it was too close to the time that I was going to start getting ready, so I didn't get to read. So you had written something, I think.
oh, what, on Instagram?
On yeah,
Oh,
but I didn't.
that was on Friday. I think I put that up. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
just
yeah.
pop up on my
Or was it
thing
not? Or
today.
was it Friday or was it Monday? I can't remember. The days are just rolling into one, but
Oh,
it could have
tell
been
me
Monday.
about it.
Could have been Monday. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, what's your take on it? And stuff? What and experiences with the twin flame stuff? Because there's a lot of people out there that have different ideas of what it is, and then
Yeah,
there's some people that are giving loads of advice, and I see some people
yeah,
like really, really in a lot of agony because they're not with theirs, and yeah, what
yeah.
I mean, even myself.
I don't know. Firstly, it's like, all right, it's a concept, it's a I feel like, all right, yes, it's a concept. I get how it's described and I see all the differences, and not I haven't seen all the differences, but I see the variation of um people's perceptions and maybe
Mm,
how them relate them experiences.
mm,
And there are certainly um some that I relate to, but some of my views are probably somewhat conflicting in regards to, and I mean conflicting with themselves,
mm,
in
yes.
regards to twin flame. I feel
Mm,
like it's more twin flame energy. And
yes.
today, an insight came, and I tend not to think too much about the things. The insight come, and I will share it. And as I share it, I don't know, more may come, or
Yes.
it may make some sense to some. Yeah. Um. So today I saw it as. All right. So the twin. What is the twin flame? What is considered the twin flame?
Mm,
Um. Soul, which has manifested from the divine, soul,
mm,
that
mm,
which we are having experience in physical form.
mm,
Um, so soul, which splits into various parts. Usually we hear twins, so we assume is two, or I don't know. Two feels limited.
yes.
And especially today, what I saw it as was the energy of, so okay, I am a soul. Parts of there are parts of me that, or that parts of my soul, that is parts of me, so parts that share the same essence,
Yes.
then the same soul
Yes.
essence,
Yes.
that are in other bodies having their own experiences.
Experience. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we tend to meet, excuse me, and I'm not referring to soulmates here,
Different.
because yeah, I'm not referring to soulmates here. Um, however, how I saw it today was this energy can turn up in at various times in different people.
People. Mm-hmm.
So based on what I need to experience, what I need to have reflected back to me to see
Yes.
and to grow through
Yes.
at this time. Yes, sometimes there can be one, you can meet one and end up having a lifetime journey with one,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which seems to, yeah, which one twin flame. And today too, I heard the word flame as fire, saying, look here, it don't mean it's easy. It's you, it come with heat. It brings up shit, you know?
It.
And yes, so I try not to go off tangent because I'm good with
Mm,
that.
mm,
Um, so this energy turns up, and I saw it like, if you think, if I saw it as trains coming in and out, or getting on and off of trains, because based on the destination that
mm.
soul is heading towards, the remembering the fullness of itself.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and therefore, also it also depends on where. Say there are four. Um, it depends on where each of you are at what point in time,
Mm, mm.
and what is required. So each will have experiences with other people in other relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But when that soul, when that twin flame energy, I relate it to an intensity that is not common.
Mm-hmm.
And I say
Absolutely.
intensity. I don't mean you feel safe, or you feel, you don't feel, it's not necessarily a feeling of security
Mm,
and lovingness always, but there
yes.
is an intensity. It's like a fire, a magnetism that
You're drawn to.
is, yes, and is beyond the mind,
Mm.
is
You
beyond
can't make
this.
sense of it sometimes.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and that intensity we talk about, the surrender and the jumping,
Mm,
what I relate to twin flame energy in my experience, and it may be different for everybody, how they relate to
yes.
that, to what they perceive as twin flame energy. Um, yeah, this magnetism, this irresistible magnetism that don't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense, because it's activating stuff
Stuff.
within that wants to hide from, I want to hide from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But my highest aspect, my true self, is like, no, we're facing our shit.
Yes.
So here is the mirror.
Absolutely.
And it makes you want to run. I tend to want to run and to want to
Mm,
run often.
mhm,
But then when I sit still enough in that heat of whatever it is, insecurity that it bringing up, um, the sense of abandonment, whatever those things are, when I sit with it, not necessarily trying to even figure it out, but if I sit with it long enough, with them long enough, um, I start to see and feel, so experience some kind of lovingness towards myself and towards that those parts of myself that I may have judged harshly in
mhm,
myself,
mhm,
you know,
mhm.
and it opens up, it opened up more space for more compassion for me
Yes,
and then within myself. And then I find that I automatically am able to feel more compassion for
others, yeah.
others and therefore even what I would perceive as the source, this kind of twin flame
Mhm.
energy.
Yes.
Because at this point, when them turn up, I've experienced
Oh, good question.
one which has felt like we're two sides of the same coin.
Mhm, mhm,
Is like so opposite, but there's, like I say, it's irresistible. I have to see this. I have to deal with this.
mhm,
Because
mhm.
it's not. It seems opposite, but there are also qualities that we both have, and we both
Yeah.
um w- seeking to even at least recognize in ourselves.
Mm,
You
for
know,
sure. Yes.
yeah. It don't mean that we're going to last 100 years, because it also, like I said earlier, it depends on where each of you are at. If one is allowing the unfolding, allowing the heat to refine rather than to destroy or to
Mhm,
disempower. So allowing the heat to
mhm,
empower and revitalize and heal, or to burn the ash,
mm.
then you're going to have to get on another train.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's actually, I've got a question in the box,
Yep.
which you've kind of answered already, actually. But it says, what if the other person is oblivious or uninterested in the divine nature of what it means? What does one do? You just move on, innit?
Train. That is why, and that's what what it is today. I thought it, but it's just like how I experienced the magnetism when you have to have this experience. When it's time for different another train station, or you have to go, is a similar vibration. It's like, it doesn't mean that coming off going to be smooth. You probably have to go through pushing through enough luggage and people
Mhm,
to come off or whatever.
mhm.
But it's like I just can't stay here
Yeah,
anymore,
yeah,
because,
absolutely.
and it's not a mind thing or a physical,
The
which
energy
is
thing.
hard for the other person usually to understand, because it get kind of petty and is person, is me and is this and is blaming and is, but it's so much more than that.
Mm, mm,
Um, and then I've also experienced twin flame energy. It's like, what the hell? This this is me. This is me. Like
mm,
certain sensitivities, certain insensitivities being perceived as insensitive, or just all the things, good, bad, and indifferent.
mm.
Um, phew,
Yeah.
yeah, and
And very similar experiences as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
lot of similarities.
Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
yeah.
And oh, in that, have it really seeing and feeling the things that I've been hiding from. And in my case, I think two of those may have been, deep insecurity and the sense of abandonment
Mm,
and really having to be with that because the other also knows that it is not their responsibility to save or to rescue.
absolutely. Absolutely. No one can save you.
Yes,
Mm,
exactly. And it's refreshing to recognize because I expect not to be saved by anybody,
mm.
but that is rare.
Oh, yes.
People see people hurting and then feel bad or feel sorry for. Yes, I can empathize.
Hmm.
However, I can also say and know that, oh my gosh, if you just deal with this, is diamond. You're going to, you yeah, you're going to level up. So, yes, I can say, all right, I know that you're hurting, but yeah, I'm here. You have to
Hmm.
deal with it. It's kind of
Yes.
like when you're in an initiation and, you know, you get thrown out into the wilderness in the middle of the night, or you feel like you're alone, but the
Mm.
shaman is in the bushes
Yeah.
observing you, making
Yeah.
sure that you're all right, even
Yeah.
though you think is just you and all hell going break loose. But you have to go through that. So there is compassion, da da da. However, it's often perceived as um, a lack, a lack of. Um, so yeah, the whole twin flame thing, I think it's very dynamic.
Mm. I agree.
I feel like it's a lot more than is easily defined and
Mm.
described, but we seem to like to put things in boxes and just that's another thing. When today, what came was if we can identify with the energy, or not identify, I don't feel like the right word, but if we can honor the energy of it, there's less fixation with the body that it is in.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because that fixation that people have with the body that it's in, I mean, and I've been guilty of that in the past
Yeah.
myself. It doesn't really serve us, does it? And it can just it- because we just can get stuck in this really romanticism thing around it. But actually, that person is really here to show you a lot of what you need to continue to work on. And yes, there is that intensity and that magnetism and all of the fire and the chemistry and that's it's an activation. It does activate when you come together, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna stay together. I always say if you do, that's a bonus.
Yeah. And the moments that you do, because space seemed to be necessary, and the honoring of that space, the ability to take the space because you're honoring yourself and recognize I need the time,
Yes.
and the honoring of therefore of the other space, the other person's or people's space,
Yeah.
because it is required,
Yes.
and eventually it's like there is less need because as I utilize this and work with this twin flame energy, deep healing is occurring if I
Oh,
am allowing it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
and more
Yeah.
empowerment, therefore, just like we said earlier, excavation and clearing space, so more
Mm.
power can come in.
Mm-hmm.
So there is less of a need to have and to hold
Mm.
or to be beholden to. But
Absolutely.
yes, you're open
Absolutely.
to
So,
receiving
yeah,
and
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of the comments. So someone has said, so she should release any guilt by coming off the train and continue on her own journey. And absolutely release the
Sorry,
guilt, right?
I didn't hear.
Release so she needs to release the guilt about deciding to step off the train.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that word guilt. Oh, gosh.
Oh, you're allowed to honor yourself, right? As you said.
Yeah. And the guilt. When I hear guilt, I think of the word should. It's
Yes, I hate that
like,
word.
what is the, yeah,
I don't
what,
like that word.
people like when we feel guilty. Some people like for us to feel guilty, but what purpose guilt has serve? Not because, yeah, I have to, it's about creating space within myself. If I am
Mhm.
feeling guilty or I am feeling bad, all right, what I'm feeling bad about, what I'm
Mm.
feeling bad about. And I'm going to hear all the voices. Well, you make this person hurt. If you never do that, them wouldn't feel XYZ or them wouldn't be in this position. But and okay, so let's go a bit deeper.
Yes,
Why did I do it?
yes.
And come again. Why did I? Because I felt hurt. I felt whatever, cheated. I felt abandoned despite having expressed or being the best that I could be in this
Mm-hmm.
situation. But
Mm-hmm.
it often takes us a long time to get there because we're
Yeah,
in a habit of flagellation. We are
yeah,
beat up ourselves. We're not
yeah.
supposed to give
No,
ourselves any love and tenderness.
right, right.
So, you know, go in and explore what what you're feeling bad about. I
Yeah,
well, that's what I
definitely.
do,
Yes.
and there comes a point where it's like, you know what, if I feel that I could have dealt with something differently, or if dealing with something differently would have served us both better, then I will express that.
Mm.
um but no, nothing, and at no point have I come across any guidance which has said to me, you should feel bad about doing XYZ.
Right.
Um,
So
so I think being present with your experience, being knowing why you're doing what you're doing is
yes,
important.
getting to know,
Being
getting to
responsible
know.
for your actions
Yeah,
and your
abs
choices.
yeah, definitely.
And
Um,
your intention wasn't to hurt or to upset or to
absolutely.
mislead, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable in that. But yes, please do release the guilt.
Mm,
It will carry on, in my experience, it will carry on beyond the grave, and it start to create trouble when you after you leave body. So
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
selfish
Um,
as you may be called or cold or whatever, yeah, taking personal responsibility for our choices
yes,
in
yes,
love and
absolutely,
without ill
absolutely.
intent.
Yes, absolutely. It is, I do find a lot of people struggle with the word selfish, because they think it's wrong to be selfish, but actually it's some people need to really start getting selfish. And if they don't like the word selfish, then maybe use the word self-full.
Loving, yes,
Yeah,
self-full,
it's all about
self-loving,
learning to love
self-caring.
yourself. Mm,
Yeah, yeah,
mm,
that is a word, selfish. Yeah, I was used to hearing that word, selfish,
mm,
until I started realizing, hold on, but who is selfish? Is it me, or is the person who thinks I'm perceived me as being selfish because I'm not doing what they want me
What
to
you need to
do?
do,
And I'm not
absolutely.
doing it not because they want me to do it. I'm not being defiant. I'm simply being true to myself.
Yeah,
And only
absolutely.
I can know
Yes.
how loving I am inside here, or how considerate I am,
Mm,
how much consideration I've and thought I've given to the outcome, the effect it will have, and then having to choose, yeah, which
yeah,
way to walk. How,
absolutely.
because sometimes to choose their way is just a slow death.
Yes,
And in choosing mine is to choose life, living, not merely existing.
yes,
So I've had to get very comfortable with being called selfish
yes. Oh, yeah, I'm very
or
comfortable.
considered,
Mm,
misperceived as such, called me nice.
mm. And because that's the thing as well, when you are an empath, when you're very empathic towards others, and you like to put others, well, when you've learned to put others first,
Hmm.
um, and when you start to take back the reins and start to say yes to self and no to others, people are not going to like it if they've been used to you a certain way. But you've got to keep going. You've got to keep saying yes to self, because at the end of the day, as we said before, no one is going to save us. No one is our savior. We have to save yourself, right?
Yeah, totally,
Mm, mm.
totally, totally.
So yeah.
Yeah, man, the selfish thing. And it's always easier to look outside.
Oh yes.
They are, he is,
Mm,
she is, this,
mm.
duh, 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 duh. But what is it reflect? What are they reflecting?
Reflecting, for
What are
sure.
they reflecting? You
Yes.
know? And as I said, I thought about the trains and the twin flame energy, and
Mm,
I remember something else that came. Yes, sometimes you may end up taking same train, the same train further down the line,
yeah,
if
yeah.
that train is has aligned
With you, absolutely.
organically, if we align, if we, so not necessarily with me, or it's just that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, it's just how I saw it today. So I don't
Mm,
know.
yeah. Yeah. And I think if we practice the law of non-attachment, so really not having any
Hmm.
attachment to
Hmm.
the outcome, but just going with the flow and
Mhm.
accepting what is at this time is hot. Yes, it's very challenging, especially when that
Mhm.
energy is like a magnet. But if we can do that, it will make a difference. It will make a
Yes.
difference. Because actually, at the end of the day, you have to feel whole and they have to feel whole before there's a real union in 3D.
Yeah, I agree. When you said it
Mm,
about the attachment, I was like, yes, be ready to face death.
absolutely.
Practice dying,
Yeah.
because for many of us, not having that attachment is like losing parts of
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
And especially in that kind of intimate partnership, relationship, you know. Um, I tell people all the time, the etheric becomes so it accumulates. It's like it accumulates, so it becomes dense. It feels physical. So when people say you take my heart, or if you feel like my right arm, or it can feel like that
Yeah.
because it has
Yeah.
become very dense.
Yes.
So that's why I say, hey, it's like you said that, and I just empathized with those times when I've experienced heartache, like death is like the world ending, and
Mm.
yeah,
Yes.
you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So practice, I say practice because it is a practice of um, detaching. And people
Yes.
are often here. So when you say detach, is like, yeah, but we have to love people. We can't just don't detach and don't care. That's not that's not what detachment doesn't mean not caring. It
No,
doesn't
it
mean
doesn't mean
not
that.
loving. It just means I love, I am love, you are love. I know and trust that you are going to be well if you choose to be well. If choose to change your mind or
Mm-hmm.
realign,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so and sometimes it have to get cut off
Yes.
because
Look at that.
them though there is no desire for them that letting go. It's just blame, and sometimes, yeah, and this is where the selfish, yeah, I forget comfortable with being deemed selfish sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Totally.
I, you know,
Yeah. 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 So it's
yeah, but
it's
it
one of
was,
those things I think, a lot of people, yeah, are talking about it now. And there's some people in the spiritual arena that are talking about energetically, there's a wave coming in where twin flames are going to get together and all. And I'm sometimes I just think, are they actually helping people? Does that really help people? Because then people are so hooked on these messages, and they're like, oh, they're coming now, oh, it's going to happen now, or they said it's going to happen in March 2023 or this, and then they're really hopeful, and I just think it's not healthy, it's not helpful.
yeah. The thing is, again, is an external projection of the twin flame union, which ultimately, how I see it, is a divine union between my
Within
divine
yes,
masculine and my
ab-
divine feminine
yes,
within me.
yes.
And when that start happening more and more, again, is power is security, a sense of more self-security. And
Mm,
when you said that about people talking about this resurgence or this, the energy of the time, that's how I see it. I see it as, I definitely sense very strongly that and I hear it often, and I hear it from,
yes.
um, that we're in a period of reclamation, a reclamation of power, reclamation of personal power for
Yes.
all kinds of reasons, which is a different conversation.
Mm,
And therefore, in order to embody the power that we are, healing, clearing, excavation has been required. Clearing so that this divine union, this empowered union can occur in more and more of us. And so this talk of twin flame energy and it being out there, and when our twin flame arrives, is like almost a sense that people comparing, like, oh well, this don't feel like us, so I don't want this relationship if it's not a twin flame relationship, or we're not soulmates, or you're calling the experience, you're magnetizing what you require to get us.
yes.
I That's how I feel. We're
Yes.
magnifying what we require.
Yes.
So sometimes we have to stay in kindergarten for an extra 6 months, or um spend a little more time doing our degree,
Mm,
and or doing the
yeah.
masters, or
Yeah. Yeah.
so all of it is valuable.
Yes.
We're passing through here. We're
Mm-hmm.
passing through here. So it's like, allow, and if we can try and come out of our heads more and into our heart and feel with our womb.
Yes,
Even those of us in bodies without wombs,
yes,
feeling into that womb space and your gut
absolutely.
and your heart outside of the head.
Out of the head.
You know,
Yeah.
we can experience just being and living a little bit more and a little more gracefully and graciously,
Mm,
I
mm.
feel.
Yes, definitely. Less, because when you live more in your heart space and in your womb space as women and men, they also have that space as well. Not a womb, but that space
Hmm.
within them. When you live more in that space, it's just kind of easy. Like the song that's coming to me, easy like a Sunday morning, you know,
Yes.
and you just go with the
Yes.
flow and things just more fall into place. But when you get into that head, the head just like tick, 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 and it's telling you lies and it's telling you this and you should do this and it's like confusing. Oh, should I? And
Ah,
too much, too much.
yeah, man. And again, practice, practice.
Yeah,
I don't know how to come out of my head. Literally, I
breathe.
think visualize, breathe. Literally, just visualize going into your heart space, not your
Yeah,
physical heart, just that
yeah.
space inside.
Feel. Yeah,
Feel. Just allow
feel.
yourself to feel, to feel, to feel, to feel. To
Yes,
get to know
yes.
the difference between what I feel and what I think.
Think. Yes.
Where I feel the things in my body.
Mm-hmm.
Just play with it. Just play with it,
Yeah,
guys. Just play
yeah.
with
Can
it.
be fun too, can't it? It
It
can be fun
is.
too.
Hmm.
Absolutely,
And it's part
absolutely.
of getting to know you, getting to
Mm.
know, ourselves,
Yes, yes. And that's the most
which
important
don't
thing.
stop.
No, it doesn't, does it? It doesn't
Yeah, it
stop.
don't
It's a
stop because
continuous
we all
journey.
just learning. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're all
yeah.
here just trying to remember.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Oh
Look at
wow,
the
it's
time.
almost it's an hour already.
I know,
All
I
yeah.
know. Yeah. What is it you're offering them again? What is it you're offering the
Oh gee,
viewers?
I
The
don't
special
remember
gift?
the offerings off the top of my head.
Okay.
But I know there are quite generous discounts on
Okay.
2 for 1 um readings. So throw
Mhm.
in the bones, and that's an hour each. So yeah, 2 for 1, almost 2 for 1 on those. There's an offer of for shamanic healing,
Mhm.
again generously discounted.
Okay.
Reiki sessions, shamanic Reiki
Mhm. Mhm.
sessions, and these are all remote sessions.
Mhm.
So anyone, wherever you are in the world, um, you can access them. Um, and there's an offer for 3 individual coaching sessions as well. And each coaching session is like 2 to 3 hours. So they
Okay.
are
So
quite
that's some
meaty.
intense work.
Yes.
Intense
And
work. Yeah.
that's, for those who are on a journey and, require I refer to it as co-piloting
Yeah.
because it's not, yeah, co-piloting
Yeah. Yeah. Because we all
because,
need we all need a little help, don't we? We all need a little help.
yeah,
Yeah. I
at
wouldn't be here
times,
today being the person that I am if I didn't have a lot of help, and
yeah,
assistance from people. So yeah.
totally. And a lot of times when we're just embarking, and things start opening up and we start hearing things that we're not used to hearing, and we're not able to identify why we're speaking in languages that we're not, when we are having intense dreams,
Yes.
more intense dreams where we can feel the sun on our skin and the heat beneath our feet when that's not usually how, you know, it can help to
Yes.
have others,
To help
support to
do
say,
that.
no, it's
Yes.
not just madness, it's the magic opening up, is
Yeah.
your superpowers coming into being.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yes, trying to
Mhm.
provide a bit of what I didn't have much of as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yay. So I hope some people get in contact with you and benefit from your service. Yeah, it'd be
Yes,
great.
and what about you? What does your work? Because I know you too work with clients.
Oh yeah. I haven't got anything special at the moment.
Not even in regards to special offers. Just in what ways you work with clients.
I work. I do counseling, very holistically, very transpersonal type counseling, and I see clients regularly for that. Although I'm not taking on any new people until the new year. And I also do like soul retrievals, ancestral healing, past life regression, um, sister circle. Got another few things in the pipeline. So just
Yes,
there's this I want to kind of like do a few
yes.
different things and whatnot. But womb healings as well, uh,
Mm,
and Sakem energy healing, a bit like Reiki,
yeah,
but Sakem. So quite a few things, quite a few things. So,
cool.
but I'm kind of winding down now a little bit because I
Yeah,
need a break. Yeah,
yes, yes.
it goes.
I hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Balancing, equilibrium.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. This feels short.
I know
It
it does
feels like it just
quickly.
whoop.
Yep. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But no,
So,
good.
yeah. I
Thanks for
look
having
forward
me.
to. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Thank
Mm,
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the exploration, and
Mm-hmm.
the insight. Because whenever you ask, when I start sharing, I tend to get more insight
Yes, it kind
as
of
I
flows,
start to
doesn't it?
as I start to share.
Mm.
It's like, okay, so I learn as I share
Yes,
as well,
yes, yes,
I
yes.
remember as I share. So
Remember,
thank
yeah.
you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're
Um,
welcome.
I'm sorry I couldn't, I'm not so good at the multitasking. So
Oh, that's
I'm looking at
okay.
my
I
phone, seeing
managed.
that there are messages, but I haven't. Will I be able to see the messages after the live?
I don't think so, but I read out a couple of the questions. Yeah, and we answered them. Oh, yes, love that point. Look beyond the physical and honor the energy. Thank you both. Yeah. Um, so
Okay,
yeah,
so I can
yeah,
say
I kind of
thank
managed
you.
that. Yes. And you're very welcome. Yes, very welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big, big love to
Much
you, and
love, much
thank you to
love.
all who have joined.
Yes.
I look
Mm-hmm.
forward to more. Hopefully, we'll
Yes.
do a part two, maybe a part three of
Yes.
whatever is coming up at the time,
Yes.
allowing
Yes.
spirit to lead as
Mm-hmm.
we have.
Yes, definitely. Have you
Yes.
got one planned next week again?
Um, not yet. I think
Okay.
there's one lined up, but I haven't confirmed it yet.
Okay.
But
Okay.
hopefully by the
Hopefully.
weekend, yes,
Right.
by the
Right.
weekend we should have
Okay.
something confirmed.
Fantastic.
Why, you want to come back
Fantastic.
next week?
Oh no, 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 I can't come back next
Me no, busy bee.
Oh yeah,
Like you
too
say,
busy
you're
sometimes.
winding down.
Mm,
Yes.
yes,
Well,
yes,
enjoy the
absolutely.
break.
Yes, I will do. You too. And I'll see
Yes.
you soon. Yes.
Yes. Love,
All
love,
right.
love. Thank you,
Much love. Love and
Starseed.
blessings. Thank
Mwah.
you. Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.
Bye.